Alright, let's say we end this hell and take a look at the manual. Alright, here we go. The manual for Impossible Mission, Atari 7800. Let's see, can I get that to fit a little bit better for you? I don't know. I'm looking at this manual on thegameisafootarcade.com. I have a paper copy of the manual here, but it just looks so much better to do this than to take pictures of it. A lot of blank pages in this manual. Table of contents. Dossier on Elvin Adambender. We'll get to that. Top secret document. Strategy, scoring, okay. Top secret document. Do not accept if seal is broken. Courier is required by law to obtain proof of identity before releasing this document. So, as we've discussed in the past, Atari 7800 instruction manuals went pretty hard into the lore of their game. This one is no different. It starts off pretty serious, like, oh wow, top secret document, cool. But then once you get to the story of the villain, it is utterly ridiculous, which is fine. I don't mind bonkers, ridiculous stuff. In fact, I kind of love it. But this one, this one is nuts. Special Agent 4125. Oh, I guess that's my name. Mission briefing. Mission of vital importance to national and global security operations to begin immediately. Utmost urgency. During the past 3 days, key military computer installations of every major world power have reported security failures. In each case, someone gained access to a primary missile attack computer. Only one person is capable of computer tampering on this scale, Professor Elvin Adambender, hereafter referred to as Elvin. So even in the early 80s or mid-80s or whenever this was written, they knew that the real problem in the world is university professors. Which is true, believe it or not. We believe that Elvin is working to break the computer's launch codes. When he succeeds, he plans to trigger a missile attack that will destroy the world. Penetrate Elvin's underground stronghold. Break his security code. Ooh, there are predecessors, Agents 4116 and 4124. May they rest in peace. I'm 4125, so that's nice. May they rest in peace. We're able to send back some information about Elvin's installation, and that is detailed in the following pages. This is the part that I take exception to. Your only weapons will be your keen analytical mind. I don't really have one. And your whatever pocket computer. Good luck. The world is depending on you. Then maybe the world should have sent me in with a gun, with an EMP, something other than a somersault, at least. Dossier, Elvin Adambender. Look at that picture. Holy cannoli. Is this a shirt? What's happening here? Is that a shirt? I think it's a shirt. Is this like a collar? Is this a turtleneck? What is happening? We can get all this definition in his hair. Look at the wrinkles. Look at the nose. Look at the shape of his eyes. But his shirt, we can't draw that. Anyway, he's a male. He's 62 years old, 5 foot 4 inches tall. He does not have hair. Well, I see a little bit of hair. He does have eyes. Eyes, yes. I told you this gets silly. Traits: avoids people, hates animals, likes Brussels sprouts. Last known picture of Elvin. Elvin was a nice boy. Well, his mother liked him. In school, he loathed sports, but excelled in mathematics. He seldom caused any problems, at least none with any global consequences. At home, Elvin spent most of his time staring at his computer screen, a seemingly harmless recreation. Oh, there was the time Elvin broke into the phone company's computer system and changed the records. Angry at his parents for some real or imagined crime, the playful youngster added a long-distance call to their monthly phone bill, a 5.5-hour call to Afghanistan. His parents were tolerant. They were sure he would eventually outgrow his passion for tinkering with other people's computers. It was during his days as a college student that Elvin was transformed from a promising young man into a treacherous evildoer. Elvin had become obsessed with a new computer game, giggling penguin invaders from outer space in the vicinity of Ursa Minor. Elvin had always hated penguins from Ursa Minor. This game's score counter went up to 100 billion. Billion? 100,000 million billion. Yay! And Elvin was determined to max it out. He wanted that kill screen, y'all. After playing the game for several days without sleep, he had vaporized enough penguins to pile up 99,999,999,785 points. One more tuxedoed avian, and he'd have it. Elvin shook out his joystick hand. A 250-point penguin waddled onto the screen. Elvin's eyes lit up. He took aim, and then at that precise moment, the power failed. Elvin's game was lost. He'd never get a score that high again. In that instant, something snapped in Elvin's mind. He became consumed with a single maniacal obsession. He would repay the world for the injustice it had dealt him. For many years, Elvin waited. He became a distinguished professor, a renowned expert in computers and robots. Then, 8 years ago, he disappeared. His whereabouts were unknown until now. Intelligence report. Elvin's stronghold. Well, he's amassed a fortune by raiding the computer systems of various financial institutions. But he was still a professor? I don't understand. He was robbing financial institutions but still working as a professor? I need more. There seems like we're missing a few pieces here. Elvin has constructed a vast underground stronghold packed with computer equipment. 32 rooms in Elvin's stronghold. Okay, that's good to know. Some of them are used as living quarters. I know you just sometimes saw toilet bowls kind of next to refrigerators. Elvin has constructed them so that only he can negotiate them easily. He's a 62-year-old man. I'm a young secret agent with a somersault. How is he negotiating them easily? I'm very taken aback by this. Each room has a number of floors or catwalks connected by lifts. Yes, Elvin's nasty human-seeking robots. Okay, Elvin's robots. Wonderful. 1.2 megagradians per fortnight. Maximum angular velocity. Megaradians per fortnight. Okay. 3.14 megajoules. I'm just looking to see if there's any good jokes on this page. Armor is ablative. Alpha class, beta class, gamma class, omega class, photovoltaic threshold. I mean, somebody thought about this a lot. Maybe. Thermionic coefficient. Elvin's robots are equipped with sound motion sensors. Wonderful. The robots are propelled by linear induction motors. All right, so no good jokes on this page. Yeah, no, not saying anything funny. just silliness. Elvin's security system. Intelligence indicates that Elvin uses 3 types of codes or passwords. One code deactivates robots. I can't talk today. Deactivates robots. Another operates the lifts, and the third code unlocks the control room. Elvin is tricky, not to mention a little strange. Yes, well, true. He hides his passwords in his furniture. Elvin frequently forgets the passwords for his security computer, but he can negotiate the rooms, but I guess that 62-year-old mind forgets his passwords. Elvin frequently forgets passwords, so he scatters them around, stashing them in the weirdest places. You might find a password in the sofa, stereo, or candy machine, but you must find the passwords to stay alive. Once you find the codes, using them should be relatively easy. Okay. The control room password is another matter. Elvin has broken up this important code into dozens of pieces and scattered them throughout the complex. You will have to find and retrieve all the pieces of the code and fit them together like a puzzle to form the password. You have to stop him, or the world's going to pay an awfully high price for a 250-point penguin. I have a feeling that a guy like this, who's going to blow up the world over a video game penguin thing, probably, even if he had gotten those 250 points, I mean, he would have found another reason to blow up the whole world. It doesn't take much looking around to find some reasons, if you ask me. Insert the impossible mission cartridge. All right, here we go. Game instructions, blah, blah, blah. Penetrate the rooms and tunnels in Elvin's stronghold. Avoid his robot defenders and put together his secret password. Okay. You score points. Who cares about points? It's not the 1980s anymore. We don't care about points. Each time you play, the rooms and robots will be rearranged and the puzzles will be different. In the elevator, in the rooms, on lifting platforms. Searching for codes. As you explore, your pocket computer at the bottom of the elevator screen will display a map of the rooms and tunnels you have entered. A little more information from that could have been helpful, like marking rooms that still had furniture to search in a different color, or when you do find Elvin's, the door to his final room, marking that somehow would be helpful, but it doesn't do that. It just maps it out. Not the most useful pocket computer. Search every object or piece of furniture in the rooms for codes and password puzzle pieces. Remember to be on the lookout for robots. Well, yeah, you die 45 times in every room. Yes, you'll be on the lookout for robots. The word searching will appear in a box over your agent's shoulder. You'll also see a horizontal bar. Okay. These are the things you could find. The words nothing here. Happens a lot. Picture of a sleeping robot. Picture of a striped lifting platform with an arrow above it. A puzzle piece. Using security terminals. We talked about that. Code rooms. We talked about that. Elvin's Stronghold contains 2 code rooms where you can earn additional passwords. Okay, if you produce the proper sequence of notes, the checkerboard will flash and you'll get a snooze or lift and initialize password. You can do this as many times as you like, but the sequence gets longer each time. It's one of the longer manuals, I think. The pocket computer. Pocket computer allows you to play with the puzzle pieces, twisting them around to figure out how they go together. So that gives you a sense. We really didn't get a chance to look at this much in the gameplay video, the gameplay portion, because I think I only found 1 or 2 puzzle pieces. Or that's not much fun at all. Arrow keys, phone key, vertical flip key, blah, 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 blah. Pause key to pause the game. That's cute. There's a little pause. And that's your pause button. That's cute. It's a metaphor. Using the glove to move the joystick handle in the desired direction. How nice. To drop a puzzle piece. Okay, so that all kinds of things. When you touch the phone key on your pocket computer, it dials up the agency's main computer to help you solve the puzzles. However, there is a charge for this service. Each use of the phone costs 2 minutes on the game clock. The agency's computer will give you 3 choices. Correct orientations of the leftmost pieces. So it'll put the pieces in the proper, well, it says right there, orientation. Have we enough puzzle pieces to solve the puzzle? So do you have, for whatever pieces there, do you have the other 3 that you would need to create a full puzzle piece? Or a fully solved puzzle? Hang up. Okay, solving the puzzles. Some pieces are upside down or backwards or both when you find them. If a piece doesn't seem to match anything, try flipping it with the function keys. Pieces must be the same color or they won't match. Use the color keys to change them. Completed puzzle looks like a computer punch card, a solid rectangle with several little holes in it. A completed puzzle may be upside down or backwards when you finish putting it together. You may have to flip it around before it is recognized as a solution. Oh, that's annoying. There are 4 pieces in each completed puzzle and 9 puzzles in the game. 4 pieces in each completed puzzle, 9 puzzles. So 4 times 9, which is 36 pieces. And we found 2 or 3. That's fun. Once you have solved all 9 puzzles, you will have the 9-letter password that opened the door to Elvin's control room. The door to Elvin's control room is in one of the blue rooms. When you have completed the password, position your agent directly in front of the control room door and push the joystick handle forward. The door will open and Elvin's plot is foiled. Some rooms are harder to negotiate than others. If a room seems too hard, come back after you have acquired enough passwords to reset the lifts and turn off the robots. Each robot has a different behavior program. Watch closely. Your computer will let you combine any 2 puzzle pieces that don't overlap. However, puzzle pieces that don't overlap don't necessarily belong together. If you find that it's impossible to finish a partially completed puzzle, you may have combined the wrong pieces. You don't need to somersault over every hole in the floor. If a gap is no wider than a lifting platform, try stepping across it. But don't let up on the joystick until you get to the other side, or you'll fall. All right, that's actually a good tip. Good to know. If you have to cross a very large chasm, actually have 1 foot in the abyss before you press the fire button to jump. It will give you the extra distance you need. Wonderful. The game clock on the pocket computer display starts at 12. The game ends when the clock reaches 6. Each time you fall off the bottom or get zapped by a robot or floating orb, you lose 10 minutes. Oh, no wonder why I died so quick. Each time you use the phone, you lose 2 minutes. When the game ends, you are awarded points as follows. That's it. A bunch of blank pages. 1989 Atari Corporation. Didn't the title screen say 1987? This is Rev A. That might be why. My cartridge, maybe it's not Rev A. Yeah, my cartridge says 1987. So this was 1989, but gonna assume that it still applies. So that's it. That's a look at Impossible Mission by Epix, a super game for the Atari 7800. At least we had some fun looking at the manual. That's kind of cool. They did get a little bonkers in there, which is always fun. But the game itself, that jump, just ruins it. It just really, really does. If only somebody said, you know what, you would make this better, not jumping like this. But alas.